What's the secret you've kept from your parents that would destroy them if they knew? I've been paying my younger brother's rent for 3 years without telling them. This might sound harmless, but the truth behind it would shatter my family forever. My brother Ryan was always the golden child, straight A student, college scholarship, and dreams of becoming a doctor. My parents invested everything in him, emotionally and financially. They even took out a second mortgage on their house to help with his medical school. Meanwhile, I was the average one who went into marketing after state college. 3 years ago, Ryan called me at 2 in the morning, sobbing uncontrollably. I rushed to his apartment expecting the worst, but what I found was even more shocking. Empty bottles, needles, and my pre-med brother passed out on the floor. The prestigious medical student had been hiding a severe addiction for over a year. He confessed everything that night, how the pressure had broken him, how he'd failed out of medical school 6 months earlier but kept pretending to attend, how he'd been stealing money from our parents to feed his habit. I was devastated but made a split-second decision that would change both our lives. Instead of telling our parents the truth, I made Ryan a deal. I would cover his rent and basic expenses if he went to rehab and got clean. My parents would never know he'd failed out, and once he recovered, he could either return to med school or find a different path. I couldn't bear to see my parents' dreams crushed, especially my dad, who had already suffered 1 heart attack from stress. Ryan agreed through tears, promising to get better. I drained my savings for the rehab center, telling my boss I needed extra projects to make ends meet. Meanwhile, I maintained the elaborate lie to my parents, even creating fake stories about Ryan's medical rotations and exams. For 6 months, I visited Ryan in rehab every weekend, watching him slowly heal. When he got out, he was determined to make things right, but still wasn't ready to face our parents. He got a job at a pharmacy, ironically, and started taking night classes in nursing instead. I continued paying his rent, working 60-hour weeks, and sacrificing my own social life and relationships. The closest I came to being discovered was last Christmas when my mother wanted to surprise Ryan by visiting his medical school apartment. I had to stage an elaborate emergency at work to distract her. 2 years into our secret arrangement, Ryan relapsed. I found him unconscious in his bathroom and rushed him to the emergency room. Sitting in that sterile waiting room, I nearly broke down and called our parents. But when the doctor told me he would recover, I doubled down on our secret. This time, I moved into Ryan's apartment for 3 months, sleeping on his couch to ensure he stayed clean. I was exhausting myself physically and financially, but I couldn't stop. The weight of this secret has nearly broken me several times. Every family dinner is an exercise in careful lies, with Ryan and I coordinating our stories beforehand. Our parents beam with pride when talking about their future doctor son, completely unaware that he hasn't seen the inside of a medical school in 3 years. Last month, Ryan celebrated 2 years of sobriety and finished his nursing program with honors. He's now working full-time and finally covering his own expenses. He recently sat me down and said he's ready to tell our parents everything. I should feel relieved, but I'm terrified. We've maintained this deception for so long that the truth might destroy my relationship with my parents forever. They'll learn not only about Ryan's addiction and academic failure, but also about my years of lying. Sometimes I wonder if I made the right choice that night 3 years ago. Was I protecting my parents or just postponing an inevitable heartbreak? Ryan says he's scheduled a family dinner next Sunday to come clean about everything. Part of me hopes he changes his mind, because once this secret comes out, nothing in our family will ever be the same again. But another part knows that secrets this big can't stay buried forever, and the longer we wait, the more devastating the fallout will be.